Tank Blitzers and future Momrads, Littlefinger here. Today sharing a little more knowledge. This time we are talking about the Russian tank destroyer, the AT-1 for Tier 2. You can see it here in my garage. Let's take a look at the tech tree real quick. You can see it here at the top, goes into the SU line. Up to the SU-152, ISU-152, some really fun tanks to play, and then into the objects TD line. So anyway, let's take a look at some of the characteristics. You can see it here. Let's talk about protection. 8%, firepower 20%, maneuverability 50%, comes with 230 hit points. Armor there is not bad at 16 millimeters. Speed limit there at 30. Where this tank excels is that 46 degrees per second of traverse. It does have 3 different guns. Obviously, the one you want to get up to is this 57 millimeter. Rate of fire 10.3 with some good damage numbers, 75 and 112. You won't have any trouble there when you are in a tier 4 game, and it does about 90 hit points damage per shot. Let's take a look at how I have it set up. I am running camouflage, as you can see here in the garage, consumables, repair kit, multi-purpose restoration pack, and of course adrenaline, which I carry whenever I can. Provisions, I am running all 3: standard fuel, condensed milk, and protective kit. And if you haven't watched any of my other videos, always with the protective kit, guys. AP there, the Pramo in this is APCR, so I'm carrying a few rounds. Of course, you can change how you purchase that with credits by clicking on the shell price button there to the right. And I do carry a few HE rounds, but you can see there with 11 to 19 average penetration is tough to find a good shot to actually use that. So anyway, equipment, enhanced gun lane drive, sorry guys, vents, and of course camouflage. And of course you could also run this with some telescopes or something like that. So anyway, let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet and how this tank compares with the others in the class. Alright, trusty spreadsheet loaded. Hit points there at 230 is top of its class. Hull armor 16 is a little bit below average. Weight there a little bit heavier than the other TDs, and the horsepower there is pretty weak, which gives you only a speed limit of 30 kilometers per hour, but it does turn extremely fast there with the best in class 46 degrees per second with the traverse. And where this gun definitely stands out here at the bottom is all greens with shell penetration numbers and the damage per shot. It does take a little bit longer to reload than some of the others, and of course the dispersion, being a Russian gun, is a little bit higher as well. Overall, a fun TD to play. Alright, so here's my first game on mines. You can see we got a couple tier 3s, the rest tier 2s. You know, it's kind of a disadvantage to be a TD spawning here on the north side of the map. So I decided that I am going to go over to the lighthouse in hopes that they all go up to the flag area and I get some shots in, and I am not attacked from the right. And as soon as I pull up the hill there, you see, sure enough, someone's come up this way. It's a universal carrier. I get the first shot in, and I'm just gonna push forward, knowing that my armor's better than his. He bounces the first one right there, like it might have been right off my gun. 3 shots and he's out. So that allows me to turn back and focus on the guys in the base, the cap circle there. Do have to be quite patient here with that aim time. So you can see I'm willing to trade shots at this point with that AT. I don't know what he was aiming at there. Completely misses. And I am able to finish him off. So quite quickly, this game has just played straight into my hand and where I decided to go onto this map. Now, we look pretty comfortable here with 6-on-3. However, most of our guys have stuck there in the spawn. And I'm going to get a little unfortunate here. I'm being patient, waiting for my aim. It looked like I might have just hit the rock there. Figured that he was going to go back. So now we are 5-on-2. I mean 6-on-2. And you know, I really want to get involved, but it's a long way for me to go. So you can see here the accuracy. This gun, you know, does have quite a high dispersion, but if you're patient with it, it can be quite rewarding. So you see, we are now 5-on-2, and this cruiser, for whatever reason, he decides to come on around this way. So I get a shot in here. Not sure how I damage his gun without doing any actual hit point damage, but anyway, second shot there. And he is going to continue up this hill and challenge me. Get another shot in. I drop the adrenaline. I don't want to take too many shots from him. And just like that, he has rolled right into my circle of death. One guy left, and I look back at our mini-map, and sure enough, the other two guys on my team have decided to join me on the lighthouse. And throw a shot in there just in the hopes of hitting him. Figure that he is going to run, you know, and I don't want to be stuck here on the lighthouse side of the map and just watch 3 minutes unfold. So I'm going to push forward here and drop off the hill. I'll speed it up because it's a fair amount of driving from here on out. But he must go all the way around the mine hill, because he eventually pops up on the other side of the map. See? And of course that was sped up a little bit. Not worried about my hit points at this point. And I'll trade shots. Just want to get one in here. And one of the teammates gets him. But I did a significant amount of damage on this 812. It was a mastery. And it just played out just right for me. The second game I want to show you guys is here on mines again. This time we are spawning from the south side of the map. And this is the typical TD hiding spot right here in these bushes. For extra camo, I like to go ahead and aim up the mine hill there. If our lights and mediums are doing a good job, then typically what happens is they get spotted and you get a couple shots in there. But this team has decided not to push the hill, so I figure they're either coming one way or the other. And this guy pushes around. I should have really probably waited a little bit longer, and maybe I could have got 2 shots in there. I didn't realize he was on the other side of that hill. So he backs away, keeping an eye on him while also trying to keep an eye on the base, see if I've got any shots up there. Not much has happened yet. Not too many people have been spotted in this game. And that PZ there, he has pushed around the corner, and this is one of those things where you need to get a feel for how wide you can go with your aiming on the gun without having to turn the whole tank. Because when it does, it throws off your aiming circle. So figure I'm going to take some shots here, but just want to go ahead and get him out of the game. And while I'm over here, a couple of the guys get spotted up there at the lighthouse, which is why they weren't showing up before. So I'm aiming here at his track. Ends up taking out his engine. And with a little bit of help from everyone else, we take him out. That martyr there, he backs up straight into my shot, and I take him out. And the last guy there, I think it was a BT. I am just going to push on up and take care of him. So getting closer to the top of the hill here, and he gets spotted. And this is one of the frustrating parts with the gun. You can see I'm aimed right on the side and totally missed there. So I pull all the way up. He gets a shot in, but not much you can do. Take him out for kill number 4. So that's typically how I play mines with a TD spawning from the south. You can see they're top of the team with 570 damage. Alright, here's a game on Fort Despair. This is just a tier 2 game. And, you know, there's the typical hiding spot right up there against the building, which I do not, I don't really care to go up there just because everyone knows that that's where the tanks are going to be and they're looking for it. So, you know, surprise is a good part of this game. One of the things I like to do here is push over these trees and give myself some soft cover a little bit further back. And this gives me a shot on the flag should anybody head up that direction. And I've got the extra camo and also my netting, so pretty well hidden in this spot. But they pop up on the other side. You know, one of these lower tier, one of the things that they all like to do is to go up to those perches with the lookouts. So I figure most of the team is on this side, so might as well just go ahead and push up. You know, that's one of the things with these TDs. You want to make sure that you are being useful. You don't want to just camp in the back and wait for one tank to run by. You want to make sure you're getting yourself in good position to be helpful to your teammates. It's not always easy, but it does entail kind of just reading the map and letting the game unfold and relocating as necessary. And you can see this guy's just taking shots here for a while. Might not have been the best shot, and so he's moving back and forth. So I turn off the auto aim so that I can put it right on the lower ridges there. That MS1, you can see I've lined that up, and fairly accurate shot there. I'm spotted, so probably best to figure out what's going on around me. And this guy's just moseyed on up, and he's going to pay the price here. I was going to put HE into the side of him. Go ahead and switch back. This guy is definitely not moving. We've only got 3 tanks left, so I'm not worried about him. So I'm going to push up on the other 2 tanks here and try to help out. This guy stops right there and finish him off. T7 is taken out, and sure enough, he's still sitting up there on his perch. So we'll just put mosey on around here and finish him off fairly easily here. So just a different look on a different map. Tank's not very fast, does turn very well, does quite a bit of damage. You do have to be patient, obviously, with the aim time. Alright, last game I'm going to show you here is on the new Copperfield. Got several TDs on our team. I decide that I will go with the faster tanks off to the right here and try to stay as far outside as possible out of everyone's view range. But then my mediums and light tanks, they drop down into the middle, kind of leaving me all alone. So I need to be extra cautious. It's tough to defend yourself sometimes in a TD when you're all alone. Missed that shot. Again, it's just when the shooting right after the tank's turned. I guess he thinks that he has hidden himself behind that rock, but go ahead and take a shot. It's kind of interesting that he never even turns to look at me. And I was going to just push up here, and he is going to show up again. Get an easy shot there, and just go ahead and finish him off, and he didn't even look at me once. So anyway, I see one of our guys is a little bit trouble down there with the Jag, so want to go ahead and get a shot in on him and start getting shot from the right. So need to back up and get out of their line of sight. So I'm gonna inch up this hill here, and you can see the gun depression will not allow me to stay in that spot. So go ahead and move off to the right. Patiently waiting for the aim. Take a shot. I'm spotted. They can probably see my gun. So go ahead and back up, and this guy's not looking at me, so I can take a shot on him. I drop adrenaline, which may not have been the best choice there, as he is drops off the side of the hill there. But I'm going to play it patiently, and he comes back. And now he is on the move trying to run, and we will just go ahead and finish him off. $772 damage, by far and away the highest on the team there. You know, this once you get in a rhythm with this tank, it does a lot of damage. Like I said, it turns on a dime. A little frustrating sometimes with the aiming, but other than that, a really nice TD, and work your way up. The SU line is really good. Some good upper tier Russian TDs to play. So anyway, guys, have fun out there. Enjoy the game. Get educated, not fingered. Little finger out.